Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of SoCal Watch Reviews. My name is Miguel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Orient Mako2. Since the mid-2000s, Orient Mako has actually been the most popular Orient series to date. With so many dive watches available in the market, it's fair to say that this has become one of the top affordable mechanical dive watches, especially with the prices that Seiko has nowadays, right? They're going through the roof. But this watch right here is gonna run you about $165. So is Orient the new Seiko and the recommended brand for new watch collectors? Yes, I think so, in my opinion. So first of all, let's look at the packaging. The packaging is actually really nice on this guy. In full disclosure, this watch was given to me free by my friend Levi. I will leave his handle in the description, so you can go follow him on Instagram. He gifted me this watch along with a Nylander watch, so thank you so much, Levi. So let's get into this unboxing. The box is actually really nice. You see the instructional manual right there, the additional little links right there that he took off, and overall, my simple box, but I think it's better executed than a lot of the Seikos that I've bought. So that's kind of saying a lot, you know. So that's good that Orient gives us a quality packaging for the price. So let's get into this watch then. Some of the specifications on this watch are as follows. The case measures in at 41.5 millimeters, lug to lug 47 millimeters. It's 13 millimeters thick. Lug width is 22 millimeters, and it weighs in 172 grams with the supplied bracelet. Let's get into the case design and structure of this watch. I really like that they went with an original design. This is not an homage watch, and I know you could argue, right, that for less than $100 or around $100 you could pick up an homage watch and probably get better value. Not in my opinion. In my opinion, I think a big factor when you get into watches is originality, right? It may pay homage to some other watches, but in the grand scheme of things, this is an Orient, and I like the originality of it. We do find a little bit of brushing and polishing on the sides. Let me clean it up a little bit here. You see some brushing, some polishing, and it's done very well. I mean, kind of subtle. It's not the best, right? It's not Soratsu polishing or anything like what we would see in Grand Seikos or whatever, but it's in par with a lot of the Seikos that I've seen, and I really do like it. Very simple case design with some crown guards on the side, and on the side we do find obviously the screw down crown. Screw down crown helps with the 200 meters of water resistance. Now, this is not an ISO certified diver, so we cannot compare this to like a Seiko SKX, but with the price difference, who cares, right? The crown has been signed. One of my pet peeves, I guess I could say, or things that I don't like, is the fact that the crown is a little hard to grip, but nonetheless, I mean, it's pretty easy to operate and kind of play with the movement, and it does obviously hack, so we'll get it into that. In the case back, it is screw down case back. We find some polishing, we find some information about the watch, Epson, Orient, the 200 meter water resistance. So I do like a dive watch with a solid case back as opposed to a display case back. It just makes me feel a little more secure for whatever reason. Now, crystal on this guy, it's only mineral, so be careful because it does get scratched. There's a lot of little micro scratches that I did see on this one, but we may modify it. Stick around to the end, I'll let you know. And now the unidirectional 120 click bezel is a little hard to grip in my opinion, and it does have some breaks in between, almost like a scalloped bezel from, like, you know, Omega Seamaster, not S per noun, but you see the little breaks. This is aluminum on top. At the 12 o'clock we do find a lume pip with the triangle, and as you can see, My hands are a little sweaty because of the studio lights, but that's just a telltale sign, right? If you're diving with this watch and your hands are wet, it's going to be very hard to grip the bezel. So that's one of the things that I don't really like. The dial, let's talk about that dial. I think it's super clean. We do find applied indices, applied numbers, 12, 6, 9. We do find a date complication on the right that's been surrounded by a nice little window that's polished. Orient at the 12 o'clock with the applied logo, Orient Automatic. And we do find the water resistance information at the bottom and some other little small information towards the bottom about Japan and the movement and whatnot. I do like the sword style hands. They've been executed beautifully with that seconds hand that really pops that red. I really do like that. Overall, I think the dial is clean. I mean, it works. It's simple. I do like the Mako USA a little bit better in my opinion, but this is cool value for money. Like I said, $165, not bad. Now, loom, what kind of loom are they using? Now, Orient is using, according to their website, something called Nemoto Luminova. That's a Japanese brand and co-proprietor of the Super Luminova, Swiss Super Luminova. In my opinion, it's not that great, to be honest with you. They could have applied a little bit more compared to a Seiko. It just does not stand up. And that's kind of disappointing because when you think of Orient, you think of Seiko somehow. Obviously, they're in the same family. But yeah, loom is a little disappointing on this guy. But one of the highlights of this watch, in my opinion, is the movement. See, the original Orient movement for the Mako, the first Mako, was a 469.43. That caliber actually launched, obviously, in the Mako back in 2004. But that was actually that movement was part of the legacy Orient movement dating back to the 70s. In fact, the movement, the 469.43, is actually the result of Orient striking a technology licensing deal with Seiko for the brand's popular Seiko 706 caliber. However, the 706 Seiko movement only had a date window, so once Orient was able to use that movement, they modified it to include a date complication. So the movement in the original Mako had been around for about 40 years. However, this one features the F6922 caliber, in-house caliber. It's respectable for the price. It does have 22 joules. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour. It can be hacked, it can be hand wound, and it has a power reserve of about 40 hours. Accuracy is not that great, of course, -15 plus 25 seconds a day, but what do you expect for a watch of this price? You can't complain. And we do get the hacking capability and the winding capability that a lot of people complained about with this guy. Let me take it out so we could kind of look at them side by side, because when I look at videos, I like seeing things side by side. So here we go. Here's a Seiko SKX 007, and there is the Mako 2. Obviously the Seiko seems a little bit bigger, but nonetheless, always a beautiful design on that Seiko. Let's talk about this bracelet. The bracelet is actually really nice. I was surprised that I liked it so much. Solid links, hollowed in links. It does have a pin system to size it. It has 3 micro adjust on the side. The clasp has been signed with the Orient logo, and it's pretty easy to operate, obviously, but it does feature a stamped clasp. Obviously, milled at this price point is probably not going to happen, but let's see how it fits on my 6 7/8 inch wrist. I think it fits fantastic. So there you have it. I think it fits very good. Wearability on this guy is actually really nice. I like it. But let's give some closing thoughts. Let's talk about some of the things that I don't like about this watch, but you can easily change it. I'm going to show you how. So let's talk about that crystal. Why mineral? Let's put some sapphire in there and it will make a huge difference. What about that bezel? Like I said, I don't necessarily like these type of bezels. Like coin edge bezel would have been nice. What about the insert? It would be nice if they could put some ceramic, maybe with some loom. And the bracelet, I'm not going to complain much about it because it's actually really nice, but you could put it on a better bracelet. Perhaps a I don't know, Uncle Seiko presidential style bracelet. And I don't know, something that I'm going to do in the next video that I want to talk about is that I partnered up with these guys. I don't know if you heard of them, Crystaltimes. They're located here in Southern California. I reached out to them. They are going to sponsor the next video. So what did I get for this, guys? So let's talk about it. What I got was a sapphire crystal with AR coating. Well, what else did I get? I got a blue ceramic bezel that's fully lumed, and also I got a coin edge bezel. So next video, we're going to modify this guy. We're going to see how it's going to look and how it's going to change. As you can see it right there, almost like a blueberry, like a Rolex blueberry with the black dial and the blue bezel. Awesome. So I can't wait to show you guys how that turns out, and I'm actually nervous because I've never modified a watch, but we will learn together. So anyway, that has been my kind of overall thoughts on this watch. I think it's a great value proposition for anybody looking to get into a mechanical diver that punches above his weight. I really do recommend this, but with some modifications. But if you're happy with the way that it comes, then rock it. I mean, it's your life. Also, I noticed there's a bit of scratches on it, and I bought some Cape Cod Taos polishing cloths, so I'm going to polish it a little bit. I know polishing is kind of cringy for some people, but I definitely want to make sure that this thing looks nice and pristine, and it's going to make a huge difference. Anyway, guys, my name is Miguel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, and as always, my friends, stay humble.